Hey Cancer, this is your bi-weekly reading where we go from lunation to lunation. So this lunation, we are looking at the waning phase. We're going from the full moon to the new moon. Full moon on September 29th in Aries in tropical astrology to the new moon in new moon on October 14th in Libra, which also starts off eclipse season. So we have another eclipse season, and this is the first of the eclipses, and it's going to be on the South Node. The South Node, actually, I happen to have a die here that can illustrate the South Node. That's what the South Node looks like, if you can see that. So the South Node, so funny that I just happened to see that I had that up here. So the South Node also has to do with release. So in the same energy as like waning, releasing, there is this like lead up that we have in the energy that is like releasing, like clearing out, right? And then we get to this like eclipse, and it also has this like big emphasis on clearing out type of energy, and in Libra, which I will talk about more in the astrological highlights videos, or a video which will be out shortly after this. So you will see that, where I will be talking about that more in depth and how that maybe pertains to our relationships. So that said, we are going to take a look at what area of life, that's what these videos are for, is like what area of life could you be putting your attention into in terms of like what needs to be cleared out, that would best serve your life overall. That would be like the domino that sets all the other dominoes to go. So what would be of most benefit? How can you take the best advantage of this for yourself in your life? So we are looking at the 9th house. So 9th house, could be having to do with learning. Usually it's higher learning of some kind. So learning or also teaching. So, or both. You could be both a student and a teacher. So learning, teaching, our worldview, our beliefs, it can have to do with like our spiritual beliefs in the sense that like very different from the 12th house, more so about like organized beliefs that we have, not necessarily, yes, it could be like religions that are monotheistic, but not necessarily, right? So those kinds of beliefs. Also travel, like exploration, expansion of the mind, expansion in like our lives and exploring the world. So usually more abroad or just dealing with people from abroad, right? So this is the area of life that we're looking at. And there's something to do with this area of life. I feel like it's less about people, but maybe for a couple of you it is, and has more to do with perhaps beliefs and also something to do with your studies or with teaching in some sense. And the advice that you're getting here is that there is something to release. So even more so, there's this flavor of release that's really coming through. There's something that you're meant to really release here. And maybe that could be a person, right? But this is a pattern, it looks like, some type of pattern that you probably are already aware of, like you've been kind of like beating your head against the wall, or like you keep on like repeating this and kind of going like, didn't I learn this lesson already? Or like, how come I keep on ending up here, right? And you just kind of already are aware of this, but it's like kicking a dead horse. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked. You need to let it go. And that could be a belief that you've been holding that's been like creating patterns in your life. That could be maybe about a place of study, or maybe you're someone who teaches, let's say, online courses, for instance, as one example. And like, there's just like a certain course that just doesn't seem to, like, no matter how much you try to get it to go, it's not going. You need to just like put it to rest for now. Maybe it needs to come back in a different form, but like the way it is not going to work. And often we will hold on to these patterns and keep repeating them until, even if we're semi-conscious of them, until we like consciously make the decision to say, I'm done with this. I'm going to make a concerted effort to change this. And so with the 10 of Swords, it's like, notice that in the background, it almost looks like sunset with the colors that they have here. But honestly, it's like, it's meant to be the sunrise. It's meant to be the dawning of a new day. And it's like such a stark contrast to the imagery that you see in the forefront, right? Like, so it's overkill, right? Like this thing is definitely dead and gone. It's like, it needs to be done. And in the letting go, in the release, there's this spaciousness that opens up for something new to occur, for something new to come in, for new ideas, new inspiration, new beliefs, new concepts, new passions or pursuits, new adventures, new exploration, right? New all of that. And the whole releasing to make space for something new thing that is a total cliche is, a cliche for a reason. There's some truth to that. There's a lot of truth to that, actually. And so this is what's actually coming through that would be helpful for you to work with in this period of time from the full moon to the new moon and / eclipse. The South Node eclipse. So moving up to that period of time, it would really behoove you to do some investigation, do some inventory about this area of life and see what this applies to. Now, remember that this is for Cancer rising, Cancer sun signs, and it is a collective reading. So, just know that collective readings, if it doesn't resonate with you, cool. It's not your message for this particular 2-week period of time. Go check out your rising sign if this is your sun sign. 1-to-1 readings are the best way, honestly, to get like a very specific thing. So I also watch collective readers, and some months I just kind of go, or some weeks I just go, yeah, that was totally my message. And other ones I'll be like, oh, that wasn't for me. So if this resonated with you, if this feels like it was helpful in some way, let me know in the comments, or just like the video. It does really help me with building this channel and having it be seen by more people, like a lot. It really helps a lot. So, and also if you have not subscribed, why not subscribe? Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the videos on the horizon, like the monthly videos that will be out in a couple of days, and also the astrological highlights for the first half of October, where I will be talking about this eclipse. So thank you for your time. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.